A brief introduction: Konika Singh Dhull from Chandigarh, Sacred Heart High School, CBSE national champion in tennis, a good, solid tennis player. I remember when I first started watching your videos, and I said to my team that, this girl maybe hasn't played many UTR matches, but whatever I've seen and whatever records I see in ITA, this girl doesn't know how to lose. So
That's so nice of you.
is that still going on?
Yeah, that is one of the things that my coach also says, like, you're a hardworking person, like no matter, they don't care about like your ranking or stuff, but it's more like how you actually are in as in a person, and also like as a player, like on the tennis court. Like if you have a never giving up, like um never giving up personality, so like he knows like you're gonna get something out of that match. So I've won like a lot of matches when I was like 5-2 down, and then I was like coming back and winning those two games and then those two sets. So it has been like always like that sort of situation, but yeah, that is still going on.
No, that is fantastic. I mean, just for our viewers, because a lot of students who are maybe in class 10th or 11th or going into their final year of high school maybe don't know much about college tennis in the US. And of course, it's a fantastic stepping stone to any career that you want, right? I want to just share your college screen on our screen. And that's the roster of Skidmore College, which is where you are, in Saratoga Springs, New York. And there you are.
Yay. That's such a nice photo.
That's a lovely photo. Konika from Chandigarh Sacred Heart. So I wasn't wrong. I haven't forgotten. And here you are. As a freshman, I can tell. That's a freshman picture for sure.
Yeah.
And let's look at, and here are your stats, right?
Yeah. For this year. Yeah.
That's this year, which has, and let's look at, last year, which is when you created magic and won all these matches, 6-4, 6-1, 6-2, 6-4, 6-7. Oh, wow, look at that. Lovely. Yeah, so your coach is not wrong. You've had lots and lots of matches, some losses, but lots of, look at this, 8-0.
I only lost once doubles match with my doubles partner. That was insane. That
That's
was
so
the last
cool.
match in nationals.
That is so cool. Tell us about the tennis, and tell us about the academics also, please.
Okay, so like tennis team is like my second home on this campus. So like we're like being a part of tennis team, you're always together, like traveling on a bus, and like you're traveling almost every week. So it's more like you're on the bus and having conversations and doing that homework together, staying in hotel rooms together. So tennis team is like a base where you don't have to worry about like making friends right away on the first day of your college. And I was like not very scared of making friends because I knew that I already have a set of friends, and I look forward to like having more interactions even though with other people, but those are the people who I like plan on like just falling back to if I have any issues. So we are like a small team but pretty solid, like we all know of each other, unlike some big teams. So, and like we all never talk bad about each other, we know of each other, so it's really nice. Like, and in terms of like that is like the environment of the team, like our coach is also understanding, like if we have an academic class, so he would like allow us to like leave for that early. Like I used to have like some tutor trainings like right like 10 minutes after my class, so like after training, so we used to like he used to let me go like 10 minutes early so that I would not be late for that commitment. And in terms of practice, we practice almost like every day except for Mondays. And for that, like we usually train 2 or 2.5 hours. And sometimes it even goes to 3 hours. So it's basically like you warm up, and then it's more like we compete against each other sometimes. And sometimes it's our coach working on us on individually, like our volleys, or like if my serve is not that great, he would tell me like stances to work on and all that stuff. So other than that, we also do like drills on courts, like doing sprints and like doing like those line touches and all that cardio stuff, so that we're like more faster on the court, and that actually helps to perform better. And we saw the results as well, so that's really nice.
That's
So
good. Yeah.
yeah, so that is good. And other than that, like we also have our fitness, like fitness with the fitness trainer off court. So we usually do strength and conditioning, or like our cardio over there as well. And yeah, so it's more like we always are together, and it's not a bad thing, it's an amazing thing, because you can all talk about your, like what's happening with your day. If you're having a bad day, it's really like more like having a change from your academic routine, and then you're having like a side like family, so that you're having like a little time for yourself, like apart from academics.
Right.
So that's nice.
So
Yeah.
what would you say is maybe the one or two main differences in the tennis training and the tennis coaching and the competition that you face in the US versus in India? Because you played circuit in
Yeah.
India, you played ITA, you played CBSE
Yeah.
nationals, you trained a lot in India.
Mhm.
How has
So,
the transformation been?
mhm,
Just very briefly, if you can talk about the differences.
uh-huh.
How has it helped you in your tennis?
Yeah, for sure. So for India, I would say, like if I talk about my school, like it's the same pattern usually, like, oh, you have a team in school, so most of the students relate to that. And I would say like the team culture in India is not that much, because you're basically playing for yourself. And here in college tennis, you have to play it for your college, and like it's just not for your name, it's for the whole teams and the college's sake. So like it's not pressure, but it's more like you have that willpower, like, oh, you're like supporting your college, and like you have other team, like other friends even, like they're supporting for you. And rather than India, like you're just playing for yourself, and then you get like ranked higher. So that's a really big difference that I saw first. And like it's more like us than me. That is a really big thing. Like if I lose, like I still would go and like cheer for my other teammate. Like I would not just sit and cry about it, like, oh, I lost my match, but my other teammate is still playing, so I would go and cheer for them, and like so that the team is like going ahead still. So it's a really different, like one thing that I like about being a part of this team. So yeah.
Yeah, so more spirit and more involvement, so
Yeah.
it's more fun, right? And
Yeah,
and what about
totally.
the level of tennis?
So yeah, the level of tennis is also amazing. Like we are, even though we're like a D1 or D3 team, but we like usually have invitational matches with D1s, and all the colleges that are in our league, like everyone's super competitive. Like no, I don't think so any of the teams that like we go in a match and we're like, oh yeah, we can totally beat them like single-handed, like. So there's like always tough competition, and always it's like nail biting, like you gotta win this match. Like there's like always like the hunger that we have in every match that we go for. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's fantastic. So that's so cool to hear about the tennis. And coming to academics, of course,
Yeah.
you joined for a business major,
Hmm.
and I think you changed your major
Yeah.
after a year. So tell us about
Mhm.
that.
So coming to US was like one of the big steps that I made for myself. And like whenever I talk to anyone about academics over
I'm
here.
sorry to interrupt you.
Oh,
You went just towards the end or in the middle of the pandemic, and you had to
yeah.
go alone, right? All the
Yeah.
way from Chandigarh, never traveled alone, and you went alone. I remember
Yeah.
having those conversations with your dad, and I was like, Jane do, that's okay. He'll
It was
manage.
so shocking. The day I was going back, I was like, am I really going? I couldn't realize it until the last moment when I had to fly. So I was like, oh, really? I'm
Oh
going
my
now.
God, about a 24-hour flight all by myself.
Yeah. And I was traveling alone. So it was even more harder, because I was like, oh, there's no one to like drop me off to the college. Yeah.
Right.
So, but it was really nice. Like, I love it here. And like, Skidmore is a liberal arts college. So, liberal arts is basically like, as you know, like, I'm just gonna tell you again, you know it. So, it's basically like you have a lot of courses, and it's not like India, like you take BCom honors, so you have to stick to that commerce line and do it for next 3 years. Here in US, like it's like you have a variety of options. You can like choose any course and declare your major by the end of your second year and call yourself like get that degree by the end of 4 years. So I came in as a business major and I was so affirmative about it. Like I want to do business, nothing else. But then I came to Skidmore. I took a business 100 level class, and it was like a really life changing experience for me because I did not have that experience back home. Like it was more like just have being a book nerd and reading the stuff and then just like putting down in the papers. Here it was like more practical, and I did not expect that. I literally was expecting, oh, like you just have to read some business papers and then write the exam. So for this class, it was I had to come up with a strategy and then I had to present it. Like we were slotted different groups with different children, and it was we had two seniors who were overlooking our project. And at the end of the semester, we had to present this to the executives of the company. So it was not even the professors, it was
Oh,
executives.
so
So
it's like real
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the big thing was they were gonna decide our grade for this class.
Wow.
So yeah, so it was insane, but and it was really different experience. Like I would not say like I haven't heard of anyone talking about a business class like this in India, at least. Like
Right.
and Skidmore is pretty famous about for this class in
Right.
the country. So yeah.
Nice. So you
Uh,
switched to computer
yeah.
science.
And then, yeah, then I switched to computer science this semester because I was like not connecting to any other subject. And as I was talking to my brother, I was like, I don't think so. I don't see a future in economics or business. He's like, maybe try like computer science, it might help. And then I was like, let me try like what else is gonna happen? Like I might try another subject and then change it. And so I tried computer science, although like it is hard class, but I got through it. But like the professors are so nice here that they won't let you get a D grade in the class. So she pushed me, my family pushed me, and then it was a good outcome, I would say. And yeah, and I could connect with it because like it was more like theoretical plus like mathematical subject, and I could see like myself doing it for another like
That's nice.
four
And
years.
you had
Yeah,
math in high school, so that helped,
yeah. Mhm.
made the transition
Totally.
easy. Otherwise, if
Yeah,
you didn't have math, that would have been a tough
yeah.
call.
No, that would be tough.
And
Yeah.
being in a liberal arts college, I mean, look at it. You've been able to do business. You've been able
Hmm.
to switch to computer science.
Yeah.
So it allows you to do that, and while
Yeah.
playing tennis. And and
Hmm.
and and I hear now you're the boss lady. You've become the
Yeah, this
RA.
like it was like last to last semester, I had to apply for the job. It was interesting. Like I saw this job and like I was discussing it with my friends. I was like, "Oh, here's the job. Like, should we do it?" I was like, um, kind of impressed by the work that my RA did. So
Mhm.
it's a residential assistant job and where you basically monitor like students, and he did a pretty well job. And I was like kind of not impressed, but I'm not getting the word. He like was sort
Inspired.
of, yeah, I was inspired by him. So it was that. And then I was like, maybe I should do something like this. Like so that is when I decided to talk to my coach, and I was like, hey, I'm planning to do this job. And I don't know if anyone else has done on the team, but he's like, yeah, like one of the teammates of mine had already done it during COVID. So that was sort of different situation. But he's like, I think you're a perfect fit for this job because you can handle your academics and tennis. So like this would be a side sort of situation where you can give yourself a break from both of these jobs, and you can give yourself a time to understand what's happening other than just like these two areas in the college. Like you can also see the social life of students, like how to handle them, like
Yeah.
just being a leader in a position.
Yeah.
And that was really
It's a
nice.
leadership position, but at the same time, you get to make a lot of friends. If
Hmm. Totally.
you
Like
get to.
I have to check in with students and like direct them to the resources and even take like a weekly on calls like taking rounds of the dorms so that every discipline is maintained.
And the upside is that you get free housing.
Oh yeah, for sure. That
So
is one of the.
just for our viewers, I mean, you went there on a $40,000 scholarship.
Mhm,
That increased this year, and
mhm.
then you've become an RA, so no housing. So look,
Mhm.
you're hardly paying anything, and that's
Yeah.
fantastic. And I'm so proud of you, Konika, to have traveled so much in such a short time. I mean, you've grown in such a short time.
Yeah.
Obviously we have our method of interactions, and we used to do review calls and sessions and stuff like
Totally.
that. And
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you to say that you've turned into a confident young lady. Thank you
Thank you
for being on this call with us.
Thank you.
And it's good to hear that Coach Kurt continues to guide you and support you.
Totally.
He's a fantastic coach person. I've had great interactions with him.
Yeah,
And I hope that we keep in touch and you keep sharing all your experiences.
for sure.
Of course, I'm going to keep off and on looking at your team stats and see how you're doing because I'm just a tennis fanatic myself.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can do
that's
that.
great,
Yeah.
great. Thank you so much, Konika. I
Thank you
know
so
it's late.
much.
I'm going to let you go back to bed, and do keep in
Thank you.
touch. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you so much.